I'm recording this voiceover in my studio, which I share with 2 to 3 dogs. Today, I am in here with all 3 dogs. So I apologize in advance for any barking, snuffling, sneezing, farting, growling, any of that you might hear. I can't do anything about it. I have tried taking them out of the room and I've tried keeping them in the room, and nothing makes them happy and nothing makes them quiet. So here we are. And that's going to have to be okay because today we're talking about perfectionism, which is just great. Anyway, to the subject at hand, I'm staring at the mess that I've created here. I created it allegedly as an experiment. It's on a throwaway piece of paper and it isn't supposed to be perfect. And now I'm staring at it because it's horrible and I want very much to fix it, to redeem it somehow, turn it into something I wouldn't be embarrassed of. Something I could sell, preferably. Because I have this hard tendency to want everything I make to be, if not perfect, then at least sellable. Or at the very, very least, something I can post on Instagram and not feel embarrassed by. I put this pressure on everything I create. Don't embarrass me. Be something good. Don't waste art supplies and time. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. We've all heard the successful artists throw away 80% of their work, or however much it is, thing. If I'm being honest, I have this not so secret hope that that doesn't apply to me. That I, an unart schooled buffoon, can glide by creating hit after hit. Yeah, that doesn't work for me at all. In truth, I create far more misses than hits, especially if the camera's rolling. I'm just used to trotting them out onto Instagram's stage anyway, whether they're good or not, because you've got to have something to feed the beast. It's the price of admission to being an artist these days, right? And maybe that's not a bad thing. It's an unrealistic standard to expect everything a person makes to be good, and it's another unrealistic standard to expect artists to have something fresh and new to post every day. One solution is letting the ugly ducklings have their day in the sun. At the very least, hopefully it humanizes us. I know it's important to experiment and to make time for creative play. That is where the actual growth happens. If I'm honest, I struggle with this more than almost anything else in the creative process. Allowing myself to play is the hardest thing for me. I worry about wasting time and wasting supplies. Likewise, this video. I know I'm new at making videos, and I know it will take time to get better at it, and that everyone starts out making less than stellar stuff. But I want to be good at it now. Or at the very least, I don't want to embarrass myself. There's a fabulous quote by Ira Glass that I'm not going to bother to look up. You probably already know it. The gist of it is about the agony of being new at a creative endeavor, how it's awful to get started because you know how bad at it you are, that making it through this hump is the hardest, but an essential part of the creative process. But back to wanting to fix this painting. It would be a far better use of my time to let this stinker go and create something else. But the desire to fix it and have a perfect record nags at me. I want to have something pretty to show for my efforts. I don't want to fail. But that's exactly what this painting is, a little baby failure. And that's okay. Or at least, I'm trying to be okay with it. It served its purpose, as an experiment I could learn from and then go on to create something better. And look, I turned it into content. In that sense, it's not a failure. It just wasn't a good finished work. At least I'm failing on a disposable piece of paper with minimal paint. Much as it pains me to say it, as Elsa would say, let it go. Let go of your need to have everything turn out perfect. It's an impossible standard to hold yourself to, and it's only going to put too much pressure on you and thus stifle you creatively. And when I say you, I mean me. And that's the real goal when painting, anyway, right? To freely communicate and preferably have this feel good and be, dare I say it, fun. At least that's my goal. But I'm an unart schooled buffoon and I can get away with such things. I don't have a tidy conclusion to this problem. This is just the stuff I think about while I'm painting or failing to paint. I do have a resolution though: make more messes, let more stuff just fail, clean it off my easel, and get on to the next thing. If they can't all be winners, at least I can create quantity, thus getting closer to the good ones. As one of my favorite artist YouTube people, Sandy Hester, would say, all the bad goes into the good. So here's my new resolution: make more flops.